Hear me now. Can you hear me now? Not too loud? Or I'm trying not to make it to that. It looks like it's set pretty high. I'm not sure. Okay, for some reason the setting got changed. I don't know why. Oh, and now Becky's moving. Yeah, weird. I wonder what happened. And it's a function in the streaming program, so whatever was affecting the microphone was also affecting um, the Becky Avi. So that was weird. Bit high. Let me try toning it down just a bit. How's that? Let me know if it's too low. Sometimes it's kind of hard to tell if it's too high for somebody or not because it could be just at volume. Good? Alright. Anyway, thank you everybody for coming. Work on something minor but fun tonight. Probably only do like 2 hours or something for the first day back. Alright. So let me shrink this and this. Alright. Mostly just gonna do an Astacast. I wanted to do watermelons, but I'm debating on if I'm gonna have her show some nips or not. So not gonna stream that on Twitch. Because, you know, Twitch is special. Alright, so this is the Astacast that I'll be doing. Since it wasn't really specific and it's kind of hard to really decide that because it's such a broad question, I'm just going to pick 2 random characters. Yeah, Twitch is a bit of a prude at times. So I'm going to pick 1 character that we don't know and 1 character that we do know. Or at least semi-know, at least. Oh, hello. Being a good boy or girl. Forget if that yours was a boy or a girl. Because there's like 2-3 people that talk to me that have dogs. I'm like, crap, which ones were which? Ah, yes. That's why I thought. I thought yours was the girl, but I wasn't 100% sure. But yes, hello. Hope everyone's doing alright. Yeah, I debated on using Apricot, but I was like, let's varied it up. Give some other characters time to shine. Let's just make her more pissed. Playing Pokemon Shield. I need to get back to playing more console games. It's like I kind of have the time for it, but I usually just spend my time working on something. Need to give myself some more time to play games. Because the only other game I play is Arknights, but that's like a simple jump in, jump out game. Oh, that's cool. It's always fun to build something. Yeah, okay, so how's your face gonna be? It's the first time I'm drawing you, so it can be a little bit experimental. Actually, it might be easier just to draw your face normal and then add all that. More pissed than that. Hello, this is Alex. What happened? You had to get a new account? Welcome, welcome. Peace out there. Oh, that's nice. Create an alt. You're like, I don't want people to know that I follow this person. I don't know, I'm just assuming. But yes, welcome. Okay, you're gonna be interesting because your ears are rather huge compared to other characters. But let's just get your head situated. In case you're wondering who I'm drawing, grab her. This is what I'm picking for this part of the Astacast. She an Engie teacher. Going through. Ah, yeah, that's true. Yeah, she's a adopt that I got a while back. Still debating on if I'm gonna make her a teacher or a janitor. If she does end up being a janitor, she can hook up with Sean. Sean the Shark. Or whatever last name I gave him. But yeah, you know, she one of those just like doesn't want to interact with people, but if she has to, she's like done already before the conversation even starts. Saving her for a story I have in mind of like characters in like a more rural countryside area, so dig into kind of shenanigans, and then she's kind of there just being like not willing to help and just being a bitch. Actually, you know what, let's redo this. I don't like the way I'm doing this. I want to be a little bit more closer. To what I have in mind. This is the question. Sean Cartwright, yeah. I'm horrible with names, so it's a miracle I even remember my own characters. Yeah, it's mostly just the bottom part of the head that I need to square away with. Because I think I just give it a little bit too much angle. Whereas the way her head is, it's a little bit more rounded. And then I can situate her ears in a moment. Debating on doing a weight gain drive of Chica from Five Nights. OG Chica. Do it. Yeah, I mean, there was like quite a few characters that I was thinking of doing. Got any theme ideas? I mean, it kind of just depends on what you're in the mood for, because I can name off several, but if none of them click, then I don't know what you want to actually do. Like, I don't know, turn characters into chocolate. Do that bent over butt meme that's been going around. Make tune versions of characters, like based off of Yu-Gi-Oh's tunes. Or turn them into robots, like roboticize them. Hey, no Majin Buu. I mean, it was working for Blake when she was covered in chocolate. That's close enough. Yeah, cover your characters in chocolate. The lower side. Unless they're allergic, then yeah. Yeah, that makes sense. Kind of like the inconsistent fur she has. Gives them the idea that she doesn't care about her appearance too much. Just a little bit more. Yeah, you could do that. You can always take the time to just, practice anatomy or backgrounds or color, whatever really works for you, honestly. Bit of a scar on her face. And it's hard to tell if she's blind in that eye or not. So it could be just fixed in a certain way, because both of her eyes are slightly different, because this one's more wide and this one's more narrow, but it doesn't look like it's blind. It's kind of hard to tell. I think I'll just stick with the different sizes, that way it'll be more unique. I'll just have to make sure to make it obvious. so far the backstory I was taking for her was that, you know, she basically was homeless until she was given a job at a school, and it's a debating, and I'm probably thinking I'm leaning more towards her being a janitor, but she kind of just deals with all like all the students being all like messy and rowdy, and she gets like a little pissed off and doesn't want to deal with most of the faculty because they're all like, oh, you know, all happy and cheery, and she's just like, go away. And then I don't know, I'm debating on if she gets it on with like another teacher or something. Story's like kind of out there at the moment, it's like because there's like other stuff that I am likely to work on beforehand. So still brainstorming. Quite a number of characters that I have some work in progress ideas and stuff. Her head is to the side, so I'm gonna make that more. Yeah. It's like slightly plain, but it's got a pattern. So just something for her. Because she's slowly been making some money to survive on. So, and then, I don't know, maybe like some of the faculty could like donate stuff to her in the beginning. And she's like a little embarrassed, but grateful. And it's like she can be a bit of a bitch, but she means well. So let me get the initial part here. And just to the sides, I'm going to make it wider. It's a little bit more of a curve. Well, yeah, you gotta practice backgrounds, says the guy who barely does backgrounds. Yeah, I get you. It's definitely a pain in the ass. I gotta get better at it. My backgrounds have mostly been compositing stuff. Trying to stick with her raggedy look. It looks like one of her ears is damaged too. Yeah, when I was adopting characters, I was trying to pick the ones that I felt had the most potential. And like the ones that kind of just gave me a spark, like there's just something there that I was like, I want this character, and I don't want anybody else to get this character. But definitely done adopting characters now, but that was the feel I had with a lot of them. Some of them I adopted as to help out a few artists, but for the most part, the majority were adopted because there was something there that I wanted. Oh. How do I find these adoptables? Well, the first time I adopted it, was one of my friends just referred to me to an artist who had it. You can obviously just just type in like adoptables on different art sites and just look around. Some of the artists that I followed just kind of ended up making them, and then sometimes I just kind of browsed around to see what I could find, and then that's how I mostly came across a good chunk of them. But yeah, like they're pretty easy to come across, honestly. If you're thinking of like the ones that I've gone through, the main one has been let me grab the link. Where are you? Like one of the main ones that I was using was a adoptable thing called Soda. So there's that. But a lot of these have been from an artist named Saucy as well, and artist named let me make sure I get their name right. Raptor Art, and then a few random artists here and there. So it's just a matter of looking around and see if there's anything you like, really. Some of your hair is questionable of where it is in space, so I'm just gonna have to guess and adjust. random ass whiskers or whatever the hell these things are supposed to be. Yeah, I think they're whiskers because they're on this version, or this side of her too. And yeah, she got a messed up tail, so chances are she came from a rough background. Probably had to fight people just to find food or whatever. I'm just gonna do lines for now for this kind of stuff. Nah, actually, no, this is fine. I'll just do it for the Asta cast. And in comics, it'll be its own pattern. Yeah, like definitely don't do what I've done and go crazy about it. That's why it stopped. I was like, yeah, I got more than enough characters, let alone the adopts on their own. So yeah, no need to adopt more than you need. Me, I just went through a phase. That's not bad. Part of her ear also got messed up to now. So I can just say she went through a hell of a scrap at certain points in time. Alright, so random ass whisper phase. It looks like it's just stray hair. Makes sense. Make it so that she's not really thinking about her appearance. Then you got floating ones, so those are just gonna have to be whatever. Just gonna try to keep their positions. Challenge level impossible. Yeah, exactly. But yeah, like, even though I'm not doing them now, sometimes I'll look over at the accounts to see what they've got. But lately, I think I've grabbed all the good ones, or at least the ones that I felt were the good ones, because none of them have been clicking with me anymore. So it could be a mixture of just me, you know, not needing them anymore, or needing to get more, and also I'm content with what I have. But yeah, definitely don't need any more. Trying to put her in a position where she's like, get away from me, because the other character is gonna be all happy-go-lucky. Let's hug. Let me look at. Well, since I got her on this screen, I can look at her naked version on this side. And there's no bits showing. Could probably put both on stream if I want, but for now, I'll just have it on this screen. But yeah, like I saw this character and I was like, oh no, she's coming with me. Trying to give more characters spotlights, or you know, just a moment in the spotlight, even if they're not going to show up for a while. I either want to put them in like Ask the Cast, or just make side art or even make some artwork for them so that way I can use it in the card game. Exactly, she's just like, I hate you all. And she has quite a bit of trust issues because she was on the streets. It's hard to tell the cup size, but no, let's make it a little bit smaller than that. It doesn't look like she has a big chest. She's got a pretty fair figure, judging from her unclothed version. I'll adjust where her clothes are a little bit. Most of this I'm just gonna have to draw her figure normally and then put her clothes on. And it just depends on how big I actually want this picture. Because right now, because I have the bad habit of drawing small. It's probably because I've been drawing characters in comic panels for so long. So yeah, this should be enough, because I'm not trying to like show the entire character. I just need to remind myself that I can zoom out. Yes, small. Let's try this. Sure, just a little bit smaller on this side. She's got 3 fingers, that's fine. Tonight I want to get a lot of Patreon stuff done. And if I have time, I'll try to start the Weight Gain drive tomorrow. Spread this out a bit more. There we go. Then I want to work on hi-hat. Yeah, her outfit looks like it lands on her curves pretty well. So I'll just go with that. Just a hole in the back for her tail. Let's make this a little bit tighter on her. Loose. Probably have her arm keeping the other character back, so I'll wait to finish that part. seems kind of off. Bring it over a little bit. Well, yeah, she's in a country, like a rural area. Like they're not gonna have that kind of money for robots that do that. It's like most of the high technology stuff is mostly in cities, like rich cities. Mainly Heaven City, but some like other ones obviously have it too in other countries and stuff. But yeah, it's not as common as you might think. Like it's only common in the sense that there's actually a race of machine people, but then you have like normal machines that do jobs. And yes, the machine people do use the standard machines for chores and all that too, that they don't feel like doing. But it's a hard balance when it comes to the machineries, because it's like a matter of figuring out how skilled they are. Because it's like, oh, we can just memorize everything and know it forever type of thing. So have to balance that out with, okay, here's a thing where machines just can't remember everything, or they can only learn up to a certain point, or whatever balancing act I have to go through to make it work. Kind of restrict them so that way they're not broken as a race. Or maybe make them advance and see where that goes in terms of society. It's like, oh, these are things are out of hand, or maybe we gotta start something with them. Whether it be discussion or war, whichever comes first. I envision her like living in like a shack somewhere on the school grounds, kind of like Groundskeeper Willie. Actually, I don't think. Does he live on the school grounds? I can't remember. It's been a long ass time since I thought about it. Her name is Kaylee Bobby Jean. Or Callie. Kally. Groundskeeper Callie. Maybe like her favorite food is probably like a nice piece of steak, because she's never had the opportunity to eat that kind of food. Or, you know, standard fish, because she couldn't get that very often. Let's fix the food. Big pockets in case she needs to pick up something. hold on to it. That's pretty much true. Might tweak how I do it in the future. Like I said, I'll do her other arm once I draw the other character. Buttons. And here's who I want to use for the other one. Nepta and her will never actually interact in the series, because they don't even live in the same area. But figure we put her in because she's all bubbly. Big love eyes. And both characters were made by Saucy. Could always just make the joke of that they're practically sisters, since they were designed by the same person. big old titties. Detail that I might not see. Yeah, Nepta is just, I like hugs, and tries to give you a hug. Or I love hugs. You're just like, no. Did your original have filters? Yeah, it did. Just checking. Make her features a little bit bigger. Since they're standing right next. Well, she's probably up in the air, but there we go. I debated on using Becky as one of the least. Because it's like a very vague question, like who likes it the least? And it's like, I have no idea, honestly. I debated on it, one of the choices being Becky, but I was like, we've seen Becky enough. I'm gonna use a different character. But Becky doesn't normally like hugs, but depending on the situation, she's fine with it. You'd have to really catch her in a moment. And yeah, Viro is probably fine with getting hugs and stuff. Just depends on the person. Make her really drunk. I mean, that's one way. But then you gotta be wary of if she ends up being like a mean drunk or not. Just gotta catch her in a good mood. Yeah. Like, for the most part, Becky's just more kept to herself, and some, like, she tries to give off the look that she's just lazy or just temperamental and doesn't want to deal with people, so she just kind of distances herself. But she definitely has moments of being personal and emotional and a little more open than she usually is. Like, when I get around to doing her comic, it will be pretty on the emotional side for her. Yeah, catching her as a silly drunk is pretty rare. Most of the time she's just kind of getting wasted until she passes out, or just being a bitch. Like, pretty much Pax gets to see... Pax and, like, her family get to see... Well, maybe not her family, but Pax is definitely one that gets to see her in a more vulnerable state. Maybe her sister. Or I would say her sister does every once in a while, but not as often as it'd be around with Pax. Yeah, like Blake and I would say Blake and Tiffany can kind of put it away rather easily. and both be pretty functional. Whereas Becky just kind of keeps going until she passes out or just doesn't want to feel anything. Oh yeah, Marcy's badass will definitely start wrecking furniture. Skylar would definitely have to keep an eye on her if they go out to go drinking. Realistically, though, I think Marcy would only have like a few wine coolers, and that's kind of it. Oh yeah, she'd definitely have to drink quite a bit to get drunk. Although if Skylar were to brew his own alcohol, he could probably get her drunk rather easily. Definitely be careful around Red though, because if she's drinking and she has the ability to swallow people, then she might pull it off. Or attempt to. Like if she can't if she doesn't have the serum or drug or whatever I'm gonna call it to eat anybody, then she'll probably just make the gesture of doing so, but then nothing's gonna happen. So you'll just have her like nomming on your head or something while she's drunk. She's just gonna be like, ah. Joanne, on the other hand, once she gets the stuff that happens in the story, she definitely would be someone to avoid if she was ever drunk. Because we've already seen her drunk, but she definitely wasn't doing anything crazy. Other than just getting more alcohol. Oh yeah. I could totally see Marcy having like a messy time at home. Like kids are out, her and Skylar probably just having like a little date night. So they start drinking and Marcy just goes a little overboard. Probably gets all cuddly with Skylar and just, you know, smushes him to the ground. And he's like, Marcy, sweetheart, can't breathe. And at the same time, he's probably popping a boner. Going like, this is hot, but fuck. But fuck, she's heavy. I could see him getting a little drunk, but he definitely wouldn't be yammering about what about his hidden interests. But he definitely would chill with like a few beers here and there. Oh yeah. Skylar and Mercy definitely like breaking the bed for their fun. Trying to position her dress a bit because she's at an angle. I have to adjust her midsection. Might as well just draw her arms and whatever I gotta erase when I draw Callie's arm. I'll just erase it. Talon technically doesn't eat, but he does do like a program routine where he simulates eating. So it's kind of like a routine where, you know, he's sitting down at the table with his parents, which are, you know, other machine type people, and they just kind of go through like a simulation of eating. So there's probably like a program that they use that takes a few minutes or so to put them to make them go through the motions, just to kind of give him the experience of having, you know, breakfast or whatever with family. So like he doesn't completely get what eating is like, but he kind of understands the point, or like the feel of it, or like the situation of it. And then in terms of like Talon 12 getting intoxicated or like high or whatever, I'm just treating it like similar to Futurama, where Bender was jacking in. Or was it jacking off? Either way, whatever it was called, jacking into like electrical outlets and stuff like that, or whatever it was. Probably using programs that his race shouldn't be using, so it kind of puts them under the influence. They do have like a form of protection against like viruses that would try to like hijack them and you know make them being brainwashed or something. Like they have some protection from that, but if someone gives them anything like really nefarious, it'd be a problem. Yeah, Stacy. I would say Stacy. Well, I mean, obviously Stacy does drink because of her interaction with Marcy and Blake, but yeah, she wouldn't be drinking alone in that situation. Talon 12 would probably use a program to simulate drinking, so he'll probably be a little slurry and stuff and acting a little clumsy. Unhinged and bitter? Maybe. Could definitely see a timeline where she's like that. At the moment, I just see Stacy being like a more experienced card game player. Plus, I got plenty of bitter characters. But yeah, like nothing wrong with thinking of her in a situation where she's bitter. And I can see like that kind of coming up. Like, what if she's in a or like in like a point in life where, you know, maybe she wants to have kids and all that, but now that's kind of a problem because she's like in a relationship with a machine, and that breeding with machines is its own question mark because of how that goes about. So I can totally see her having like a bit of a personal problem in that situation. And then obviously, you know, she could consider adopting, but she also wants to have think of having a child, you know, that represents her and Talon. So maybe they find some way to get one built or something. Like, there's plenty of ways that can go about. Talks about a possum outside and was freaking out. That's cute. Hello, Jet. I'm doing alright. Think I'm getting close to ending the stream in about the next 12 minutes or so. Yeah, like, depending on how Stacy's life goes about in the future would pretty much decide if she ends up being a bit bitter, or, you know, probably looks at some friends' lives and, you know, starts kind of wondering if she made the right choice for being in love with a machine. And, you know, you can't blame Talon 12, you know, he is what he is. But depending on how I go about it, I could, you know, find a way to have them have kids. Whether it be the way that Talon species does, or some, like, interesting hybrid of the two. Maybe something illegal, who knows? Because like, maybe it could be some, like, weird cyborg baby. So it just kind of depends on where I go about it once I get there. That's the part that sucks about how long this stuff takes, is like, I can come up with so many ideas, but I can only do so much at a time. But it's good to just brainstorm and think about it, so that way when I do get there, I'll have some ideas to pick and choose from. Because right now, anything I say is, you know, up in the air / non-canon until I decide to do something. Yeah, you have a good night as well. Yeah. Like, Marcy is definitely one of those types of people who, you know, fell in love in high school, got married, is pretty much being taken care of by her significant other. Like, she has very little to worry about. And it's like not her fault or anything. It's just, I mean, honestly, that's pretty standard, or pretty common in life. So she's just kind of rolling with the common form of her life. You know, for the most part, she's a stay-at-home mom. She does have hobbies and some form of work if she decides to work. Like, you know, she could try doing writing and stuff. But if that doesn't pan out, then, you know, she doesn't really have to worry about it, because Skylar, you know, brings home the bread. Because I could totally see, like, maybe not Stacy saying this to Marcy, but I could totally see, like, another person telling Marcy, like, oh, it's good that your husband has a stable job and all that, to allow Marcy to, you know, dick around with writing, which is kind of an insult to Marcy, but you can understand people having that mentality, which has come up in conversations I've noticed with, well, not noticed, but like I've seen with friends and in other conversations. Like that is a thing where people will jab at how your life is going just because you have some kind of privilege that they don't have. Me, I have the problem of people thinking that what I do is not as important, and so when they try to get me to leave the house and do things, it's like, guys, I gotta work on my stuff. I can't just leave the house. I gotta really consider my options here, which is why certain situations are going to be very difficult in the future of whether or not I need to step away. And to me, that's not always going to be a easy decision. Because, like, I understand you guys can wait if something were to come up, but I can't always do that realistically. Yeah, with the absence of Blake, that definitely puts a bit of a strain on Marcy and Stacy's relationship. Because, like, there could be situations, like, I haven't shown this much in the comic at all or much, but if Marcy and Stacy were to get in, like, more personal conversations, there would be times where Blake would probably break it up. And you know, Stacy would probably butt heads with Blake too during those times, because, you know, from the visually it looks like Blake doesn't really do much or care about a lot of things. So from Stacy's perspective, it just seems like Blake is just slacking off, and she doesn't know that Blake is rich, so that would just make it worse if she found out Blake was rich. Which probably would be the case if they meet again in the future. So yeah, because, you know, I would say Stacy's life, it's like pretty standard. Like, maybe not make as much money to live a cushy life, but so she probably struggle a bit more. And then, you know, whatever the situation she has with Talon 12 will spark some personal problems. And then in Talon 12's case, it's just a matter of finding work that he can do or is allowed to do. Yeah, like, I could see Stacy trying to be like the cool aunt, because, you know, it's already established that Marcy's kids do know who Stacy is. But I think, like, once Blake comes back, that could kind of put a strain on that relationship too, because Blake can almost do whatever. So it's kind of like pushing Stacy out a bit. Not intentionally, but just, you know, from her perspective. Your wings are gonna be a bitch, so I'm just gonna be pretty cheap with the wings. but I'll definitely not do as much crazy stuff that I normally would. Your wings. Your wings are a bitch. I don't even know how I did them the first time. Like, I seriously don't know how I did her goddamn wings. I'm like, how on earth did I fucking do this? That's the problem with characters like this. It's like, you either gotta make some special efforts with them, or just say fuck it. Okay, I think I remember some of what I did with her. Yeah, I remember now. I did all that. Okay. I had to like piece it together in my head. Going like, shit, what did I do with you? This is off. Something like that, yeah. Yeah, like I could see Stacy having a little bit of a reputation with the kids, being like, okay, she's the cool card game player, and they've seen her in tournament, like do a tournament on television or something, and it's like, you know, pretty cool because, you know, they get to see all the cards being used and her being like just being cool and all that. So yeah, give her some credit. Okay, have those overlap. Okay. I need to fix her arm. Closer. Just so the stomach makes sense. I'll just fix that. So looks like she's keeping her at bay. Yeah, I could totally see Stacy and Blake kind of have a conversation with each other. Blake is like, it's like, Stacy, I'm not here to take away your relationship with Marcy. And she's like, I'm just trying to get the relationship I lost back. And then it's not like Stacy doesn't like, or Blake doesn't like Stacy, so they'll probably hang out. Of course, Stacy might have some personal problems with realizing that Blake is extremely wealthy by that point. So it's just gonna be Stacy working through her shit. It's just gonna naturally happen. and then it'll be up to telling 12 to kind of help her through it. Whatever that train wreck is over there. Yeah, that'd be fun. Have their husbands hang out. That'd be the fun. That'd be funny too. Like Skylar like offers Talon 12 a beer and then realizes that he can't drink. At least not normally. That or they just share stories about what they do with their women. Just having a bros night. And I think I got everything. Alright, so this is gonna be them once I get around to coloring and such. So Callie pretty much keeping Nepta at bay. Might have to adjust this part of Nepta's stomach a bit. It always just looks off to me. There we go. It's a little closer to her midsection. if I need to adjust it, I will. Like maybe I'll just change the hand to pressing on her boob. But which would be comedy, but I think keeping it tame in terms of their personal relationship, because it's not like Callie's just gonna grab her chest grab Nepta's chest for no reason. But yeah, this will basically be it. I'm gonna work more on it later tonight. But yeah, I'm gonna call it for now. Fix this wing first. Gonna call it for now. And thank you everybody for coming. I will stream again tomorrow. Same time, unless something comes up, and I'll let everybody know. But yeah, mostly gonna spend tonight working on Patreon stuff. Probably gonna do the same for tomorrow. But after that, I want to work on probably the weight gain drive, and then probably later Black Circus. Yeah, I might change it to her putting her hand on Nepta's boob. But yeah, don't worry, I've eaten. But yeah, thank you everybody for coming, and I will see you guys again tomorrow. All right, you guys take care. And let me save my trip before I forget. All right, you guys take care. Bye bye.